Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I want to thank you, Mr. Prosecutor General, for being with us today and for all the hard work that you and your office have been doing since the onset of this conflict last year. As Chairman of the Europe Subcommittee, I share Chairman McCall's feelings that it's important for this committee to inform the American public about what is currently happening in Ukraine and to display that many war crimes are being committed by Russian forces in Ukraine. It's important for the American people to know what's being committed by Putin's forces in Ukraine and that Europe bear witness to the atrocities that have not been seen since the Second World War. It is now more important than ever to see the evidence of the attempted genocide of the Ukrainian people. To follow up on an earlier question on the setting of a special international tribunal, obviously that would, regarding aggression, that would obviously have to go before the UN General Assembly. And has your government reached out to any of the people within the UN and other countries to build support for such a tribunal?
Thank you. Thank you for your support and thank you for your question. First of all, the core group of countries who support the creation of special tribunal is expanding, and the newcomer is Costa Rica, which is important. It's country from the Latin America, and we are in constant communication with the members of the United Nations in order to get more support for establishment of special tribunal. For this, I would ask the not only supporting us in by words, but also maybe to share the work with the countries of concern who are not ready to fix their position on the side of international tribunal, so that our friends and allies who are ready to help us in establishing a special tribunal will also deal with some countries where you historically or have more communication opportunities or capabilities. This will be very helpful.
Okay, thank you for that. In 2014, Russian forces invaded Ukraine's sovereign territory for the first time in the Donbas and the Crimea. And they have illegally occupied those areas ever since. During the initial invasion and the 9 years since then, have the Russian forces and their proxies committed systemic war crimes in those regions?
Yes, we have actually our war crimes investigation or war crimes prosecution department of the Office of Prosecutor General was created before. So now we just extend its capabilities because of the number of war crimes committed. But the war crimes which we see now, many of them were committed before on the territory of occupied Donbas and in Crimea.
That was my sense, and thank you for your leadership. I yield back my time.
Thank you.
Gentleman yields back.